Alrighty, looks like we're ready to go here. Just gonna put my links in the chat and then we'll get going. Alrighty, so in addition to being a PC repair tech with over 20 years experience, I'm also a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation with me at calendly.com/coach Steve Money. The link is in the top of the chat and in the video description and right there on my YouTube banner. You can email me, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Email about anything on my channel, financial coaching, any of that stuff. Be glad to talk to you about pretty much anything. And this P right here is PayPal, and that's paypal.me/coach Steve Money. For donations. Won't get paid by YouTube until that number goes from 351 to 1,000. So, right, tonight is, of course, tech support, and let's go ahead and get started. Let's get rid of that, and let's go do the tech support. Sort by new. That's reddit.com/r/tech support. Okay. Mac. Don't do much with Mac, but let's see what it says. Mac open suspicious page. Help. I don't know. I don't know anything about that brand. I googled it, NBA, and didn't find anything on that. I didn't see anything on that particular one. Is that a model of a Dell? Anyway, Mac's open suspicious page. Help. I typed the word regime into the Safari top bar because I was trying to search for something. Mac took me to some sketchy foreign website. What are the chances that I have a virus? Move that out of the way. Or malware now. Norton doing a full scan now. Norton doesn't do much for Apple products, right? You want to find I don't think Malwarebytes either is, but you want to find a Mac equivalent of that. You want to check the Safari extensions in that browser, and I can show you. Let's see where that is. So on Chrome, if you would click, if you have Chrome and you want to see what extensions you have, you click the three dots up at the upper right, and then you go down, where is that? Under more tools and then extensions, and then it'll show you what extensions you have. I have the Ad Block Plus, free ad blocker, and I have Google Docs Offline and user testing browser recorder, all of which I know about, all of which I purposefully installed. And so if you have any other junk in there, you can turn it off. You can click on remove. But if it's some other junk, I would still do on Windows Malwarebytes. I don't think. Let's see if Malwarebytes will work for Mac. Nope. Don't think so. Let's see, Mac Malwarebytes. Let's see if it has some kind of a. Oh, they do have that Malwarebytes for Mac. So there you go. Boom, 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 boom. Malwarebytes free trial. Oh yeah, so you still can download it. So there you go. They do have that. So Malwarebytes is what you should scan for. All right, next one. Thank you, Jewish Bible man. All the brands are about the same. Dell should be fine, and with those specifications that you said were in it, you shouldn't have any problem. MBA. Right, this from Jiran underscore Batham. Notebook RAM upgrade. I'm trying to upgrade the RAM memory of an old notebook from 1 to 2 gigabytes. Oh, from a 2 gigabyte stick to a 4 gigabyte sticks. What? Oh, supports a maximum of 8 gigabyte 2.4. However, it was not posting with the 4 gigabyte stick. It might not be sure both sticks are working. If it's not booting with that one, I would say something's wrong with that one. Put the 2 gigabyte one and try that by itself in both slots, and that way you can know if something's wrong with the slot. Let's see what they got linked here. It's just the image. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, yep, so just make sure it's fit in there correctly. Why doesn't it post with the 4 gigabyte stick? No telling if it says it works with 2 8s. Let's see, it could be that is a 1333 megahertz. Is this one? No, this one's a 1060. So it may not. Normally it would work and it would just go to the lowest megahertz, but it's possible. Oh yeah, I forgot it can be bigger. It's possible that they are incompatible. I mean, they both would both fit into the slots, but it's possible. Let's see, in 1.5 volt, and this one doesn't say. So yeah, that's what I'm guessing. If it won't boot in either, make sure you try it in either slot and try the 2 gigabyte in either slot to make sure that it works. See anybody else? Nobody else commented yet. But also, then the next question is why? Because I mean, that's like you said, it's an old laptop, A1 AMD E1 1200 dual core. What do you want to use it for that needs 4 gigabytes of RAM or 6 gigabytes of RAM? So, I mean, you might want to be trying to make your notebook better by putting what, $50 of RAM into it instead of buying a new notebook. But if you bought that 4 gigabyte stick brand new, you may have just wasted your money for that because it might not work due to the processor that's in it, and a 1.4 gigahertz as well. It's just a dual core, so depends on what you wanna run on it. So yeah, a lot of people do that. A lot of people try to do, well, I'll just get this upgrade because it's cheap, and then that upgrade doesn't help you at all. All right, this from prestigious underscore story underscore 24. What kind of SATA hard disk drive do I need? I want to Hackintosh my computer, but I want Windows in one hard drive and Macintosh in another. but I don't have another SATA, and I don't know what SATA cable I need. It's not this either because it has holes. No, that's not it at all. The one that would be similar to this would be the power on it. Let's see if we can do an images. Google.com. Let's go with SATA SSD. This one will work. Okay, so the long one right here that looks like an L. Can I make it big? I can. Okay, the one that's right here that looks like this long thing on it, and then this piece that comes out like that. That one is your power cable from your power supply. And this one, the smaller one, is the data cable. And the power supply one has a little hinge on the end of it. Let's see, do I have one here? No, I don't. But that has a little tab on the end of it that fits in here, and the same thing for this data cable. The small is the data cable. The bigger one is the power supply cable. And so what you have there, what this is, yeah, I don't even know what that is. The heck is that with those things there? So that's not it. That's some kind of SATA, but it doesn't look like it's the same. Oh, it does look like the power will go into this one. That's the power, and then that side, I don't know. It might just be an extension to do the power cable, just like an extension in case your power cord isn't long enough, maybe. But that's what that is. The longer one is, and the smaller one is. Let's see, so you can tell, have a better idea. Happen to have one here handy. So that is what it looks like. And again, the smaller one's the data cable. The larger one goes from the power supply into that. And so that's the cable. I don't have another SATA. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Image link is just a power extension cable, the cable you're missing. Yeah, but he's saying he doesn't have another SATA. You mean a SATA port? Like a data port on the motherboard? If you don't have one, if you have just like if it's a laptop and you're taking that apart, and you may not have room enough for another hard drive anyway. Alright, so that's all I got on that. Not enough information on that one. How to open a SWF file. I don't know what that is. Found a game been looking for, but the only format available is FWF. That's not Shockwave, is it? SWF extension. Oh, that is Flash Player. Okay. All right. Yeah, it looks like it's a Flash game then. And so is there any program that doesn't require any other programs or Is there any other way, or is it unreadable? Yeah, VLC should work for that. If you found, like when you say you found a game and you've been looking, but the only format available is FWF, and you found that, where did you get that from? You know, I mean, it could have tons of malware on it, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're not getting files uh, from the creator of it, like for it's a game, unless you're getting it from the distributor or a licensed sales platform like Steam or something like that. If you're not doing that, you can be it's very sus. So wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work, and hopefully you didn't pay money for it. But yeah, that happens a lot of times when you try to get free games. You'll download it and it won't work, and it's likely, even if it does, the program executes, it's likely filled with malware. All right, this from the Better Ludologist. This is an open question, meaning they haven't closed it because they got the answer and it concerns Windows. Excuse me. Frames for only games and recent reset. I'm very, very new to computer technology, hence the full reset, but I wanted to know the best way of making sure my computer is working at its best. I recently got an external terabyte to store all my personal files and completely reset my PC, and afterwards it seemed to work very well. The reason it works very well after you do a reset is it gets rid of all the crap that you have downloaded. And pretty much every program that you download, other than like maybe games and stuff, but every other program you download is going to add itself to Windows startup. And so over time, that, you know, a good example of that is Apple. Apple stuff. If you get an Apple product and want to connect it to your computer, you need the Apple software. So, but you install that, but then you don't use that every single time, but it still starts every single time Windows starts. And so you're wasting resources on that. So you can go into, I think this will should show up as well. Yeah. Is it going to show up? Yeah, okay. So there's Task Manager right here. Let me make it full screen. So Task Manager, as you can see up at the top, this is just for further use. If you want to see what's using the most, you can sort by these. That's what is using the most CPU. Like mine right now is Streamlabs OBS. And that's what's using the most, probably the most memory as well. Nope, Google Chrome is using more memory. No disk usage. The network is OBS. And the video card again is OBS. So, but if you go up here into the startup tab, you can disable anything that you don't want running. Anything that you downloaded, like I did for YouTube Downloader a long time ago. But you just disable it, and then it doesn't start. GOG Galaxy, that's like a gaming platform, and I don't need that to run every single time. Same thing with Skype. Same thing with this Realtek software. The driver loads automatically. That has nothing to do with this particular piece of software. Steam, even. I play Steam a lot, but not every time I turn on the computer, so I have that disabled. And so if you disable everything, basically everything except antivirus, and if you have Windows, just using Windows Defender like I am, it's not on here, just the Windows security notification icon is the only thing that's in here, but it's basically part of the operating system, so it's not in here. And so then you just close this and you reboot, and then you should notice if you have a bunch of stuff in there that you disabled, you should notice it runs better after that. But also a full reset will do that same thing, of course. but there still be some bloatware in a name brand computer. Like if you got a Dell or something like that, they put on software that you don't need, and so you could disable that, so it doesn't boot when you're starting the computer. Let's see. I recently got an external terabyte external hard drive to store all my personal files and completely reset my PC, and afterwards it seemed to work very, very well, much like how it was when I first got it. And that's the reason why when you do a full reset, that is just like you first got it. However, after some time with it started acting up again because you downloaded crap. I asked a few friends about it, but they're not sure because they haven't seen anything like it. My browsers and the internet has been fine and working at speeds I'm used to. However, anytime I open a game, my computer will detect it immediately and drop my frames down to a slow crawl. What's incredibly weird is if I put my game in windowed and shift my computer focus to my browser and my game's window is unfocused, the frames in gameplay have their restored and are the best they will ever be. But as I tab back into the game and shift the computer's focus back, the frames will drop in that instance. Obviously, I don't want to have to keep resetting my computer and would like any advice I can get to fix this. Still very new to the technology, so any specs I wouldn't know what they mean, but I'll post them. i7, 7th generation, still a little old. 16 gigabytes of RAM should be fine. Hopefully you have a solid state drive in there. Don't know if this is a laptop or desktop unit. Just because it says desktop there doesn't mean anything. Nobody commented. Okay. Reset again and immediately just try one game. Don't download anything else. If it works fine, then the problem is something you're downloading and installing. All right. I don't know what the red is. Does that mean it's hot? Don't know. All right, this from Lieutenant Numbnuts II. I cannot send images, and it's got the hardware flare as the problem. When I got home today, I found I can't upload images. I use Discord, Twitter, Reddit. I can't. I can't send screenshots perfectly. Well, that's an image. I also tried restarting my PC. Nothing worked while this is happening. I don't know what they mean. What are you trying to do exactly? That's not enough information. If you can send screenshots, then I mean that's an image. So I don't know what kind of image you're talking about. Alrighty, this one from BobJohn88. Replace laptop display and it doesn't work with Intel drivers. False. The Intel drivers power the, or not power, but that's the software that makes the Intel video chip on it work on the laptop. So, but it's possible that you replace the laptop display with an incompatible display. See, it's an LG Gram 17. A month ago, the backlight suddenly died. I sent it into a repair shop to replace the display. Oh, they did it. And they encountered a problem with the Intel graphics driver on the new display. Video here. The screen has no problem in the BIOS, but once it loads into Windows, purple lines come up. However, the shop tried the Windows generic drivers and the screen works fine. They also tried to update to Windows 11 to update graphics driver, and they got the same problem since I rolled back to 10. Shop refunded me and currently using the Windows generic driver. Okay, that's great that they refunded you. LG didn't have any display drivers for the laptop on their website. I would like to use the Intel drivers. The Steam games don't launch. I can't adjust screen's brightness. I can't connect to external displays, and animations are slow. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Unfortunately, I guess we can look at his video. Unfortunately, yeah, so it works fine there, obviously in the BIOS. Unfortunately, what is this from Japan somewhere? So no telling. What they did. Let's see. We'll see if Windows is in another language or something. Okay. Yeah, it's possible that the shop replaced the screen with one that is not completely compatible. When I replace screens, I order the exact same screen, not one that just says it's compatible on some list. I get the model number not of the laptop, but off the actual screen. Or it's just a bad screen that can handle low res but has problems with high res, or the video on the motherboard is broken. You'd have to have another, you'd have to have the correct screen another correct screen to troubleshoot. Alrighty. Oh, this is from Uzi underscore macaroni 243. Audio, Sony earphones not working on my Samsung A32. This is a phone, so I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Let's see. Plugged earphones in the phone and they didn't work. I played some music on Spotify and was playing through my speaker and not my earphones. Bad earphones. Phone doesn't detect them. I don't think it's the earphones. It doesn't matter what you think. Yeah, I know you don't want it to be the earphones because you don't know how to replace them. I understand that because they work on my tab. Oh, they do work on. They work on your tablet. Hmm. You also tested the old ones on both phone and tablet. Do the old ones? Both the earphones work on my tablet, but not the. If both of the earphones aren't working on your phone, that means the problem's your phone. If both headphones don't work on your phone, the problem is your phone. All right. And that's the kind of thing that hopefully there's like no other information that they didn't give, but I think that's normally what it's going to be. But yeah, people will like when they're troubleshooting on their own, it's just like any other situation, especially like with the financial coaching that I also do. People that are in financial difficulty, etc. They, since the problem is happening to them, they have a bias towards it, or they have a blind spot. Like if it was happening to a friend of theirs, they'd be able to say, "Oh, you need to do this and this and this." But because it happened to them, they're having trouble with it. And that's the same thing with people that have computers. They like want it to be the simplest thing, or they want it to just be a software fix. But sometimes it's a hardware fix, and sometimes it's going to be very expensive, and they don't want it to be that way. So they have the blind spot there built in so that it's not to them. There's no way it could be that. All right, this from Old Bookkeeper 6829. Is there a way to know what people worldwide are searching on Google? I want to find a way to know what people are searching on Google, but apart from Google Trends, yeah, where I have to type myself words, no clue. I have no clue how to make it. No, I think you get trends. There may be some other kind of database. Just type in people, Google searches database, and or like something, or put Google Trends, other list, that kind of thing. I'm not typing that in there though. All right, time is 8:33. All right, this is a minimal internet connection. This is from ZMac698. Hello, everyone. For some reason, when I came home today and started my PC, I was not able to use the internet fully. It's a connection through the Ethernet. Okay, that's great. That means it's through a cable, not Wi-Fi. So the problem can't be Wi-Fi. When I start my PC, several applications are supposed to load but can't. Steam, Discord, and Faceit are a few not able to load on startup. And so that's the example I was just telling you. When you install those things, they add themselves to Windows startup, and so you disable them if you don't use those things every single time. But in this case, this gentleman or lady would like, or however they identify, would like the Steam, the Discord, and the Faceit to load on startup. They want that to happen. So when I click on Chrome, I'm able to load YouTube, but no other website in the browser, which seems very odd. Any help would be very much appreciated. That's not necessarily the internet. Yeah, that's not necessarily the internet. Not necessarily the internet. Do a go to speedtest.net press go to see if you are getting near the speed you are paying for. If internet speed is fine, then there are many other reasons that may happen. Follow the instructions for detecting virus malware. Main page. All right. No virus was every file inspected. No virus is detected. That's from All About the Pentiums by Weird Al. All about the Pentiums. You look at that on the YouTube, kids. Because that was back, what, that was 90s, I think, or early 2000s. Anyway, virus detected, but when rescan, nothing gets detected. Well, it's supposed to detect it and then clean it. Normally either telling you it has detected it and then deleted it or quarantined it, or it's supposed to ask you what you want to do with it. All right, but let's read this. Oh, this is all of it. Hey, so I ran a full scan this morning, and my antivirus detected a virus, but didn't do anything about it. How do you know? In the description of the virus, it had been identified as a 0-day malware. Okay, so I then went to the folder in which the threat had been identified and rescanned, but nothing came up. I don't know what's happening. Can viruses become undetectable once they've been detected? Could have been a false positive. Anything's possible, but if that folder was some crap you downloaded, then assume that to be true and delete the whole folder. Okay. If that folder was some crap you downloaded, delete the entire folder. Also scan with Malwarebytes. People don't want that to be the problem either. Like if they say, oh, well, I'm going to go to this site and get a song for free, which doesn't happen as much anymore since you can easily do that from YouTube or other sites. But like for like games and and software and stuff like that, that happens all the time, and they don't want it to be that problem, so they just ignore it in their head. They don't think that should be the first thing you think of. Like after you download some crap and then you start to have problems, your mind immediately you go, oh, maybe it's that crap that I downloaded. That's what should happen. I should make a little sign to put up on here saying, don't download crap. All right. This is from Fake William. Desktop window manager, high memory usage. Help. Has the highest memory usage in task manager, keeps climbing the excuse me, the longer. Oh, I use my computer's 135 megabyte right now. I've seen it hit 600. How can I significantly reduce this? Let's see what they have. High RAM usage. Intel and other graphic drivers versions along with settings that affect both memory and GPU use. Okay, but what they're talking about is the same thing that I did before. I did just a Control Alt Delete. I don't think you guys could see that. Did Control Alt Delete and then selected Task Manager, but you can also type in Task Manager right there and then click on that app. And then, as you can see, that's up there. We'll make it a full screen again, so you can see desktop Windows Manager. So as you can see, yeah, mine's only at 15%, but yeah, some like drivers can cause that definitely. Yeah, but again, there's the startup right there, and you can disable. You just right click on it and disable or enable it, whichever you need to do. Yeah, all right. Got time for a couple more. 10 Mia speaker help. I'm at my friend's house setting up a surprise party, and all he has laying around is a 10 Mia speaker model 866, and I do not know how to charge it for the life of me. Please help. This thing, the DC5V micro USB support. That's good. I wouldn't have looked it up otherwise, but I will check to see. Yeah, see, they looked it up. So where? Oh yeah, I see it right there. You see it right next to the gold MC1 or MCI. It says DC5V, and that's yeah, micro USB right there. Oh yeah, 10 Maya, yeah. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. This from S_blank_S. Brave browser won't load up correctly. All texts are invisible, and so are other hyperlinks. Try Chrome, and if Chrome works, use Chrome. If I try to search anything up, the whole search page is filled with hyperlinks and description. Yeah, go to any website and try to go to the browser setting and all the tabs. Reinstall the browser, restart the PC, but it did not do any. Let's try searching online. Been using other browsers in the meantime, but I much prefer Brave and would like to go back to it if possible. Brave tech support page. So let's just do that. If all your other browsers are working, then your computer is fine and it's their software. Check their tech support forums for similar issues, or just use a browser that works until they fix the problem. I mean, okay, you like Brave browser, you want to use it. Okay, it doesn't work. Apparently, all the other browsers work. So use that if you want. If you really want to get into it, like I said, you can just go to their tech support. That like coming to Reddit to ask and looking through, just doing a general Google search. that's going to be less effective than checking the software manufacturer's, the browser manufacturer's website. And definitely tell them that it's happening so they can fix their software. GPU, that's the graphics processing unit. That is a video card crashing to desktop with no artifacting whatsoever. Doesn't have to artifact. I have a Gigabyte RTX 2080 Ti. You deserve problems because I only have a 1050 Ti. I'm just kidding. Whenever I open a game, it runs for a while, then crashes the desktop. The games just freeze and close, but the computer's still functional after that. I thought it was thermal issues and swap thermal pads and thermal paste, and that's going to work. And I have again GPU temps and yeah, run mem test. Yeah, it could be. That's exactly what I was thinking. It could be the rest of the computer. It might not be the right. What do you think is the GPU? People think, oh, it's a game. Well, if it has a problem, it has to be the video card. No. I mean, it may not be the PSU. I built a computer in fall of 22. When he put PSU there, and that's a different thing entirely. So yeah, he's just yeah. So see, he said GPU, there's the problem, see? And then this person didn't say anything about PSU, and this one did. So yeah. All right. You gotta be clear with what you're talking about. Keep finding these blocked files in my downloads tab in Firefox. These three what appear to be crypto miners. Oh, fun. Periodically appear is blocked. Where'd you get those, dog? Normally, you don't just get stuff without you clickety-clicking on crap. I have a vast, again, I need to get a sign that says, or at least a shirt, wouldn't that be fun? Don't download crap. That'd be great. I have a vast antivirus installed, but there are no pop-up windows saying they were blocked. Okay. Maybe it's not a vast that's blocking them. Maybe it's Firefox that's blocking. Running scan with a vast or Windows Defender turns with nothing, so it's any kind of virus that's not known yet. But it's not known yet, but it has odds their download. It's odd that their downloads in Firefox. I don't have any unreputable extensions. They have all the gold thing in the Firefox stuff. Just can't figure out what's going on. Any ideas? I'm not going to the board. Oh, it's just a screenshot. All right, let's see what we're looking at. Yeah, I don't know. That's some Firefox looking thing there. Yeah. So if you look at malware, use the malware guide. Exactly. Dual hard drive failure. That generally is not going to happen. So if you have two parts of anything that fail at the same time, it may not be those parts. It may be the motherboard or something else they would have in common. So about 1.5 years ago, I built my gaming tower. About 6 months into using my PC, it began to slow down a lot. Could be because you are installing crap on it and it's had to get to the startup. So clean the startup. Disable all the crap. Worse and worse, figured out that my hard drive, a Seagate 2 terabyte rotator, had been corrupted and was on its way towards failure. Okay. Well, just the software being corrupted doesn't necessarily mean a bad hard drive. It could be bad memory, or it could have just gotten corrupted, and everything else would test fine, and the drive would test fine. And if you would install Windows again, you wouldn't have any other problems. Maybe, or it could be on the way towards failure. Okay, so now the second thing, before I read his other thing. Solid state drives are not that expensive anymore. Buy a solid state drive. One day he said it's a gaming tower. If you got enough money to build a gaming tower, you got enough money for a solid state drive. Okay, and a lot of people do have like Windows on a solid state drive, a very small one, and then they buy a 2 terabyte drive. I mean, you can get a 1 terabyte house brand um, solid state drive for like $100. Okay, so I ran over about that. One day I booted it up and it booted in recovery mode, so I bought a Toshiba N300 4 terabyte drive. Again, a spinning drive, old technology. Now about 5 months and only drives it appears to be corrupting itself again. Is this bad luck? I'm doing something wrong here. What caused such an unlikely event? Yeah, well, how do you know how do you know something's being corrupted and that it's on its way to failure? What told you that? That's exactly what I would want to know. This guy says likes Crystal Disk. I am a fan of Seagate tools, but a lot of the kids on here like to use the Crystal Disk, so that's fine. But definitely mem test that tests your RAM. Lots of data being written to the drives. Hard drive stuck at 100% usage, right? Those would be the 100% usage would be a sign that it is going bad. Bad luck, should be under warranty. Got a shaky desk. Huh. Does it move if you bump your chair into it? Disk corruption is not drive failure, but silent data corruption is a known thing, right? Backup copies are not optional. And right. Yeah. Anything that's important, anything that you would be upset enough about to post on Reddit or to complain about to anybody, if you are like, oh, my computer messed up and that was the only copy I had of it, well, then you didn't care that much about it then. If you cared enough about it, you would make backup copies. That would seem to be, and you don't have to be a tech person to know that really, but yeah, spread that around. So if you're listening to this, if you have anything that you don't want to lose, pictures of a loved one, and you only have them on your computer or laptop hard drive, and that's the only place, you don't have it like, there's like also not on your phone or not in the iCloud or the Google Cloud or anything like that, make backups. The more the better. And if you don't want to lose it, put them in multiple places. Entire PC crashing at the end of benchmark. Got time for 2 more, I think. So when I recently went to benchmark my PC because the game I regularly play started to chug randomly pretty hard, excuse me. And even crashed to the desktop with no warning at one point. All the usual stuff like DXDiag says everything is fine. But when I ran the test from this site, userbenchmark.com software, the entire PC crashed at the end, completely shutting down. Machine, no blue screen of death, no warnings or anything, just down it went. Then, because the PC was improperly shut down, it took 10 minutes to reboot. Shouldn't take 10 minutes. Hard drive is what I would think would be the problem. Which is something this PC does for some reason, if it has bad hard drive. Recovering data or something, but that's fine. Is there any good test? Are there any good tests I can run to see if something is going out? I'm guessing it's a video card. No, that's not going to cause it to take 10 minutes to reboot. That would seem to be what the end of the testing is hitting when the entire PC goes down. I mean, yeah, it could be, but the 10-minute thing I would think would be drive. Computer's about 3 years old and now, and everything except that game still runs perfect. Let's see. I'm mainly concerned about the big crash this benchmark is causing. Ran the benchmark in the past, no problem. Here's my specs if needed. i7 8th generation, that should be fine. 1070 Ti, that should be fine as well. RAM 16 Let's see. Anybody? But user benchmark is inaccurate and biased. Yeah. Okay, so if everything else is fine, sometimes games stop running fine once there are big updates to it. Check the game's support forum to see if anyone else is having the problem. The 10-minute reboot would lead me to think hard drive test with what are the kids like on here? Crystal disk info, and also run them test 86. Actually, you can do 64 as well. 64 on the RAM. All right. Hopefully helping some people. Render stutter issue. All right, this from Smoke Report. For a video link below, out of nowhere, all of a sudden. And of course, users always say, well, everything was working fine until, of course, that's why we're talking. Out of nowhere, my laptop started rendering games with a stutter. I ran them smoothly before and they were great. I reset the laptop to factory settings and see if that would have solved the issue. Also reset the factory settings on the video control panel, update the drivers. Any solution? If you reset to factory settings, I don't know. A lot of times that can be something. Okay, so it's working fine, and then you download some other piece of, I'm gonna call it crap, but other piece of software that you think you have to have, and then you think that's not the problem, so even if you reset it to factory settings, you install that piece of crap as well, and that's still the issue. So, I already looked at this. Oh, no. After resetting, don't download and install anything except one game to test. That way you know if it's some software you started using. That you aren't even considering. Might be the problem. Alrighty. So once again, I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation with me at calendly.com/coachstevemoney. It is at the top of the chat. Also right here on my YouTube banner. Hit the schedule free consultation, click on financial consultation, And then there's no times left in January because we only have 3 hours left of January. But you can switch to any other month. Click on the date, click on the time, it'll let me know, and I'll get back in touch with you and let you know what information I need to give you an accurate assessment. PayPal, that right there, that link will take you to it, but it's also paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Donations, until this is 1,000, I get no money from YouTube at all. They gotta have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours watched. I'm almost to that already, so the hours watched won't be a problem. And Instagram, you can get me on there, Coach Steve Money. No spaces. Email about anything, about a tech support problem, about a financial problem, anything about financial coaching, anything about anything else on my YouTube channel. Ramsey stuff, Oak Island stuff, video gaming, computer stuff, like I said, tech support. And why does that take it so long? Is there it comes. Okay. Taking a little bit longer. Yeah. So that's it. So make smart, technical, and financial decisions every day. Have a good night.